What major factor determines the viability of a personal injury claim in Tennessee? Attorney Michael Ainley explains that. The major factor that determines the viability of a personal injury claim is liability. When a case is evaluated, the first thing we look at is what the other person did wrong. Most people have misconceptions in this area. For example, in a slip and fall case, if an individual walks across your parking lot or your living room and they fall and injure themselves, most people operate under the premise that you are liable because it's your property. That couldn't be further from the truth. Exposure on behalf of the landowner is predicated based on their liability. What did the person do wrong that caused that injury? In a car wreck, did somebody run a red light? Did somebody improperly pass and cause an accident? Did the other side do something that caused you to be injured in this way? That's what you look for first. Tennessee is a comparative fault state, which means that the defense bar is allowed to bring forth any comparable fault that may exist on behalf of the plaintiff. For example, let's say you are driving down the road and somebody does something to cause an accident, like runs a red light, and you are hit, but you didn't have your seatbelt on and you were rolling at the same time, or you failed to acknowledge or keep a proper lookout. Then a court or jury might conclude that you were comparatively negligent somewhat, and therefore could comparatively reduce any award you might get by that percentage. It happens a whole lot when you are dealing with comparative fault injuries. If you were at a grocery store and you slipped on water and it was clearly visible, and you knew or should have known that it was there, you could be at comparative fault, and it could be assessed against you. In Tennessee, if comparative fault reaches 50% or more, then the defendant is not liable. You will see the logic in that if you think about it for a minute, because if both parties are at fault, the only person that would have to pay is the party that is most at fault. Contact attorney Michael Ainley for a case evaluation in Paris, Tennessee at 731-642-0178 or visit www.ahhlaw.com.